The pendulum swing. Let's talk about that. So this month we are dancing in a space of normalizing wonder, normalizing joy in the ordinary moments, ordinary joy, where where you notice the little things, where you look at a glass and when you hold it, you feel the sensation on your fingers and it just feels blissful, where you are the mirror reflection of joy. And so therefore, they're the eyes that you see the world through. The passerby with the glistening eyes, where you become the magnetic joy for others to experience. And then you receive that mirror reflection back as they smile with you, which happen to be the things that have occurred for some of our members here. And so, but there is a pendulum swing. You see, being in bliss, there's a bit of a nuance here. Bliss does not necessarily mean being just in flow. Being in bliss is being in bliss, even whilst there may be chaos around, even whilst there may be some friction, because chaos and bliss coexist. Grace and grit get you through. So whilst we're sitting here playing with ordinary joy, one of the core, let me just sidestep for a moment. One of the core reasons why we want to play with ordinary joy is because if we can create ordinary joy through our moment to moment day, outside of that meditation, outside of that yoga class or the breath work or the community gathering or whatever it is that you're doing, or the games that you're playing with different people, outside of that, in your moment to moment reality, where it's like where you're at work, gosh, even on the toilet, like it doesn't really matter. Like where if you can locate that ordinary joy in the ordinary moments of your day to day, what that does is you're compounding the joy, you're compounding it so that the frequency becomes more familiar. You see, if we can, yes, we can tap into it while we bring all of our presence to self and into present time, into this here now moment. That's great when we're focused on it. Like when we did the 5-second purity pause through the month of surrender, this is the same type of thing. Ordinary joy in the nothingness, ordinary joy. Now, what can then come into play is, whilst playing and focusing on that ordinary joy, and this is where the pendulum swing comes in, there are some things that we also need to action and get done and things like that, just as part of, day-to-day life, or to face things within ourselves that rise up. Now that pendulum swing then is on the other side, and it's like it feels a fair way away from that ordinary and joy or that blissful moment. That's that action, that's the friction point that we get to love. We get to enjoy. That friction point is the growth point. That's not the point to go, blah, 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 I'm not there yet. See, I can't stay in that blissful moment. I need to get back to that. No, no, no. Who said that that still doesn't exist? Who said that that moment of ordinary joy was not the thing that allowed you to see another aspect of self so that that could heal and then come back into reconciliation and come back to a higher frequency of ordinary joy? A higher frequency of ordinary joy. And what we can do is we can look at the ordinary joy within the moment-to-moment reality of our day as being the foundation, the structure for us to live, to be. Now, when we connect to ordinary joy, is it not that we're actually really connecting to our purest essence? So is ordinary not joy not our essence? Yeah, not our essence. Ordinary joy is our essence. And what is our essence? Isn't our essence and living life through our purified essence, continually purifying back to that 0 point, the purest version of us? Is that not our life purpose? Is that not our mission here? So, whilst we're discussing ordinary joy, is this not one of those moments that we're just following our highest timeline, purifying to come back to our purified essence? And from that, of course, there are going to be things where we're going to be asked to action something, and it'll just occur. It'll just occur because it'll just be done. Now, with your ordinary joyful moments, you can also expand on them, such as taking pictures, such as speaking about the moments. But do mind your language as to other aspects that you bring in. Speak into what's there, speak into the joy. This is not about, say, ignoring some of the pain, but what is it that you want to lift up, and speak from that side of it, so then you can re-experience perhaps some of the pain that you felt just prior to that ordinary joyful moment. Life in some ways, and the reason I say speak into it is I'll share something here I've got in front of me. Ordinary joy, you can create something wildly blissful in a really short space of time, but you can actually expand it and make it bigger than what it might have been. As an example, we took mum and dad to whale watching, which is just 20 minutes down the road. Now, we were there for like 15 minutes, but I've also created this, which they'll have in their room. Now, they didn't see it. There was a whale that was way out. They didn't see it. They don't have the eyes to see it. But through the storytelling, they think they did. Who cares? Like, who cares? They're telling everyone about it. Now, what I'm also doing here, by creating this, I'm creating a memory piece for them. So thus, I am expanding it for them to then continue that ripple effect of that joyful and blissful moment. So there are also things to start looking at and doing as well. What is the essence that you're wanting to live through and create? Tune into that essence. Tune into that feeling. And often that essence may not have a word. Words may be quite limiting for it. But tune into the essence. So that is what I'd like you to play with before our next call. You've experienced ordinary joy. We now understand that ordinary joy is tuning in to a more and more purified version of our own essence. That essence being our mission, our why. We're here. So what is the essence that you're wanting to create and you're wanting to tune back into? Feel it, know it, wonder with it. And it may not have an answer, but it may have a sensation. In fact, I think it will have more of a sensation, of which you can use words to express it, but I'd say it's more of a sensation. So play with the essence of what you are desiring more of. What is calling you forward? Your mission is chasing you. You don't have to chase it. No matter what, your mission is chasing you. Your purpose here in life is chasing you. Hands off. Not let go. Hands off. And allow it. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. So tune into your essence. Tune into the essence of what you would like to create for your moment-to-moment reality in your day-to-day life. And know that this can occur in any space, even if you are in a scenario where you know you ultimately don't want to be in that. That essence can be living and breathing there. It's not once our circumstances change, it's once our internal changes that things will change. So play with that. And enjoy that contemplation. Feel that contemplation. Like, Sarah, you might dance through it to tune into it and then go, okay, that's my essence. Honey, you might sit there and draw something and like sort of tune into that essence. Tracy, you might write a poem and then the essence just suddenly springs out. Sue, you might find it with the girls and like sort of just through their eyes reflecting it back to you. Yeah, like Renee, she may feel it through like sort of through the fairies and the delight and the bliss that she's seeing reflected in nature and all that is around her at the moment. Jody may feel it in the candles and the crystals that she's placing, the candles that she's making. Yeah, so everyone will feel it in a new way. Rachel felt it in the yoga class and the bliss in their eyes. Like, so it's everyone will feel and experience it in a different way. So create your own way to tune into the essence. Just know it. Know what it is so that you can sense it and recognize it when it's here. That's your purpose. That's why we're here.